Hi there, it's Dallas Travers, and today's episode is a little bit different. I'm actually going to take you inside a recent Six-Figure Coach Club coaching call where I helped Melissa Costello take a massive leap in her business, something she's been wanting to do for years but has held herself back from, and that was to let go of her current six-figure coaching business and follow her heart with a brand new area of focus. Our session was really powerful. So afterward, I asked Melissa if I could share the recording with you because the transformation that happens for her is so inspiring. If you feel called to make a change, but fear has held you back, you're going to love every minute of this episode. Welcome to the Six-Figure Coach Podcast. I'm your host, Dallas Travers, and this is the show to listen to if you're a coach and you want the freedom, the confidence, and the impact that comes with a six-figure business. Each week, we'll discuss tangible strategies, simple systems, plus the juicy inner work to help you make more money and help more people. So thank you for being here. Let's dive in. Okay, so before we dive into my coaching session with Melissa, I want to give you a little bit of context. Melissa has been an emotional eating coach for years. Her work has made a tremendous impact on the lives of so many women. Yet, over the last couple of years, Melissa has felt the nudge to take her business in an entirely different direction. She is so passionate about helping women break the vicious cycle of self-sabotage so they can tap into their full potential and live the life they truly desire right now, which is just a much bigger conversation than the singular focus of emotional eating. Melissa is also passionate about healing through horses, like equine therapy, and that's been calling to her as well. But the idea of completely switching gears, it felt daunting, so Melissa ignored the call. This year, business has been a little rough for her. Client attraction has felt like more work than it has in the past. Melissa began to feel super isolated and frustrated in her business. She also grew more and more fearful each month that she wouldn't be able to generate enough revenue to support herself. So she was stuck and relating to her business as a very stuck person. So in this session, Melissa realized that the rough patch she found herself in was actually an invitation from her business to finally follow her heart, which is exactly what she does and exactly why I can't wait for you to hear it. So with that, let's listen to this coaching session. Melissa.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for volunteering.
I'm super nervous.
Yeah, I would be too.
So I help busy professionals get off the yo-yo dieting roller coaster so that they can live their lives fully and freely and not feel restricted or deprived. And as you know, I've been stuck for a while. I don't know how to serve right now. Everything feels super forced. Mm-hmm. And I have a huge pit in my stomach and I'm probably going to cry. So it's just been really hard. So I'm not really sure how, like what it looks like or what direction to go in, or even if I think about transitioning like that scares the crap out of me. Mm-hmm. I did do a little bit of writing around. One of my friends is in my mastermind said, write all the parts you hate about what you do and all the parts you love. And one of the things I identified was that I really dislike the long lead time for what I do. And then also that when women come to me, they're already so resigned and they feel like they've already failed so many times at weight loss that they don't feel the worthiness to invest in themselves anymore. So that's one part I really dislike about just what I'm doing. You know, it's not like being a business coach where people are like, yes, I want to invest in my business. I'm ready. Right. It's just it feels like pulling teeth sometimes. And then I lose my confidence. I just feel like, and I know I'm a good coach, but I'm like totally, I've lost my confidence at this.
I can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've talked about this before, but I mean, your audience, I mean, they're in a state of self-loathing.
Right. They feel like they've failed so much, and then they're overwhelmed by all the wellness industry and all the options and go on this diet, don't eat this food. It's just, there's so much around it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's just etch-a-sketch this, okay?
Okay.
If we could wave a magic wand, and by the end of this year, you're making the money you want to make, you feel secure. You've shared in the Facebook group that a few times that security is important to you. You feel alone a little bit, right? Like you don't have a partner. There's like it's you or nobody, right?
Yeah.
So that part of you is cared for. All right. And it's just 100% guarantee that you're making the money you want to make and you feel secure. You could launch any business you wanted in the world. Sunglass manufacturer, like literally anything. What would you most want to do?
It would be doing retreats with the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really empowerment and doing the equine coaching with women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That answer came so fast.
In-person retreats, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me all the reasons why you can't do that.
COVID. Number one.
Oh, in person. Huh. Okay. Yeah. COVID. Great.
Not having all the proper training I need at this point to be an equine therapist.
Okay.
I would say not having a location, but I actually just met someone recently who is an equine therapist who I think I can work with. We've talked about it.
Okay. So I'm putting location like question mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just kind of not knowing like what my steps are to get there.
Yeah. And just the unknown.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Tell me a little bit about your vision for the equine therapy. So the business it looks exactly the way you want it to look. How does that feel for you?
It feels freeing. It feels like I'm in my passion.
Mm.
And when I'm with people in person, it's so different. I love connecting to people in person. It's so important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing groups of people together and just watching transformation.
Mm-hmm.
And even for myself, when I go to retreats, it's like even super transformational for me. So,
that magic that happens, right?
Yeah, because people are there to just open and learn and transform. And they're willing.
So the clients show up open and willing to transform.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Anything else around that picture? And you get to be with horses, so there's that.
You get to be outside in nature with horses.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. You're reminding me of a hot seat I did in my past life working with actors. The actress's name was Vanessa, and she was so super clear on what she wanted, and what she wanted was to be the lead in a television series. Mm-hmm. She also knew she didn't have that and couldn't have that. And her question to me was like, what do I do to get there? And what I saw was like such a block around like believing it. So we could have done the regular stuff. Oh, all right. Well, start to build your list and maybe you do that, right? And none of it would have landed because there was a gap, right? A belief gap.
Yeah.
So here's what we did, and I want us to try it.
Okay.
I said, let's imagine that today you're the lead in a television series. What does your week look like? And she came up with things like, well, I'd be on set, of course. I'm like, okay. Well, that's not helpful. Let's try this. I said, let's pretend you're on hiatus. Okay. So like the season has wrapped. What does your week look like? And she said things like, well, I would definitely be involved in philanthropy. Mm-hmm. I may even be the face of a cause that matters to me. Mm-hmm. I would be reading scripts often. I would be taking meetings about projects I want to produce. I would be exercising every day with a private trainer who came to my house. She just had this full list, right? Yeah. And then we looked at those things one at a time and identified a very concrete action that she could take right now that was like the right now version of that picture. So for philanthropy, for example, she wasn't going to be the celebrity face of a cause, but that didn't mean she couldn't volunteer somewhere.
Right.
Right. Anyhow, fast forward about 18 months later, she became a series regular on a series.
Awesome. That's great.
Right?
Yeah.
And she didn't do anything to make that happen.
Right.
She changed how she related to herself.
Yes.
It sounds like this is landing for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what I see is that you are relating to yourself as someone who is stuck in her current business and stuck with her current clients. And that does not feel good.
Right.
So the way you show up, I've been watching, I'm just like your Instagram posts, they're fine, but they don't feel like you. There's no heart there.
I know. That's what I mean.
Right.
I haven't felt, it feels like I'm forcing everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's not attractive, is it? So
right.
If there's a client attraction block, it's because that's like heartless marketing is not attractive.
Right.
Right. And I'm not making you wrong here. I just want to reveal what you already know, which is your business is begging you to change.
I know.
So let's ignore the concrete step-by-steps for a minute.
Okay.
See if we can get you more connected to that belief state.
Okay.
Where these obstacles you shared with me, we can just multiply them by 0.
Okay.
Right? Here's what I mean. Take any number, right? I don't care how 8,900,062. When I multiply that number by 0, it becomes 0.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is maybe you don't have to do anything to overcome those obstacles. We just don't give them any of our attention.
Okay.
So let's just see.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a successful equine therapy coaching business that leaves you feeling free. Every day you're in your passion. You're connected. There's that human connection. The magic that happens when groups come together. Your clients are all open and willing to transform. What would you be doing? What would a week look like?
Well, I'd be with the horses every day. So I'd be out at a location with horses every day.
Yep.
I would be not on my computer as much. So not like I can't. Yeah. So I don't know what that means in the positive, but less time spent on my laptop.
Less computer time. Great.
Yeah. Definitely exercising every day. Getting out in nature, hiking, playing volleyball, all that stuff. And also collaboration. Like I feel like I'd be collaborate. Like, I don't know if it's collaboration with different people, but having more connection with people. I don't know what it means right now, but just feeling more connected. I feel like that isolation thing, right? It just comes up over and over for me and just feeling so.
Yeah. Tell me if this resonates. The vision I just had when you shared that was when my business is where I want it to be and I'm totally in my passion, I naturally and easily connect with other people who are also doing that.
Yes.
Just to find out what they're up to and to see if there's any crossover, and people naturally reach out to me. And I wrote it down as collaborative conversations.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. What about Instagram? I brought it up, right? Like what would be happening there?
So I'd probably be doing a lot of stuff, kind of like what Kate does in Colorado, like a lot of just horse, I've been thinking about this a lot. Like I haven't shared anything in my life lately, and when I used to do that, I used to get so much engagement, but it all came from the heart. And like what you're saying, I have these heartless posts that aren't about me and my life. And I've just felt so uninspired to share that right now.
Yeah. So you would be inspired to share your life on social.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that other people can feel inspired by it and feel, just like, oh, wow, this is something that could support me. And
Yeah. And then the other thing, so what about just in terms of your client attraction process. What would you do to fill the next retreat?
I would reach out to people and ask them to share. You know, definitely, I would definitely use my social channels. But probably just asking for referrals and people to share.
Great.
Yeah.
Now my next question is, when it comes to the actual retreats, what transformation would arise for? So what is the customer experience?
That's a great question. It's really about getting connected to your heart. That's really what it's about. And I know that's the process, but
I don't know. For your audience, I don't know if that's process.
Right. It's like really getting reconnected to what matters most, what to your life, to your heart, to So many of my clients are overwhelmed. They have so much going on. They're just like kind of what a lot of other people have shared here. You know, it feels like so many people are in just such a state of overwhelm right now and feeling just lost, you know?
Great. The most common and most dangerous question other coaches ask me is this: what more should I be doing? This question, it keeps you stuck scrambling every month to find more clients, throwing a launch together at the very last minute, or just trying to put together some semblance of a business strategy from all the free stuff you can find online. So instead of asking, what more should I be doing? The real question here is, how can I do less? Or where can I go deeper? These are the questions we'll tackle inside a brand new class for coaches called the Coach Class. So if you're tired of winging it, second guessing yourself at every turn, or working way too hard to keep your business running, the Coach Class could just change your life. Go to watchthecoachclass.com right now to grab your free spot inside this special webinar. You know, there is an easier path to six figures, and the Coach Class will show it to you. Registration is open this week, so again, the URL is watchthecoachclass.com. I will see you over there. So let's create a right now list.
Okay.
What would be the right now version of being with horses every day? It can be the same thing, by the way.
So I'm starting riding lessons tomorrow.
Okay.
And I volunteer every Friday at Hearts, the therapeutic riding center. So I just started back up there. They were closed down.
Okay.
So that's like in-person horse stuff.
Okay.
And then I guess reading and study, like reading more, learning more.
Great.
You know,
you're going to psychically be with the horses every day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learning. Great. Less computer time. What is the right now version of less computer time?
I think I have to block out windows of time to just be away from my computer. Like I have to just be more intentional about my schedule. So I'm just not, right. And I've been doing that, but I still feel, cause I felt lost. So I feel like I waste time on my computer, you know?
Yeah. Oh, totally. I just like jumping from all the open tabs and looking at what's open. That's what I know I'm in resistance when that starts happening. Right.
Yeah, and I always have so many ideas swirling around and I should do this and this and this. And then it's like, and then I just get lost in all of it. So it's having more intentional time away.
Okay.
So that when my time in front of the computer happens, it's more intentional.
Here's a thought. I'm going to write this down. A mental shutdown. Okay. What if we also implemented a one tab only rule?
Okay.
Meaning when you're on your computer, there's one open tab.
Okay. Yeah.
That's very helpful for me.
Okay. I like that.
And then I think if this resonates, in order to be intentional about the time away, we don't do this anymore. Now I just close my laptop, right? But do you remember back in the day when we would have to shut computers down?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Creating a process where you're shutting this computer down.
Okay.
Because my sense is that even if you're not in front of the computer, you're in front of the computer, right? In your head.
Yeah.
So we close the laptop and then it's like Control F whatever we used to do in grade school when we had to shut the laptop down.
Right.
Just developing that practice.
Okay.
For yourself.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. Being in nature. What is the right now version of being in nature?
So playing volleyball, hiking every week. I have all of that stuff already in my schedule.
Great.
And then twice a week with the horses, because that's in nature too. So
yeah,
I do get out in nature every day, but I think I need to be more just present and intentional with it.
I was just going to ask, are you ever, I'm not even going to say in nature, are you ever just outside being still?
That's something that I need more of. Like I crave that, just like this, because it's like, oh, I'm going on a hike. It's like the hike's done, out of nature, right? It's not as connected.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. It's almost transactional.
Yeah. So like I live a mile from the beach and I can walk there, but I never just go sit on the beach and hang out.
Oh.
It's like, oh, I got to go play volleyball. Then I'm done. Then I'm home. Right. So, so I never spend any time just like leisurely letting myself enjoy. I have everything right here,
How open would you be to making that a daily commitment?
Yeah.
You don't have to walk to the beach. I'm literally thinking of walking outside and putting your hand in the dirt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To just have that quiet connection.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, your business is begging you to change, and it's just throwing messages your way that aren't being heard, or they're not being acted on.
Right.
Right.
Because it feels freaking scary.
Yes. Less scary if you're outside being still every day.
That's true. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, I sit still in the morning inside my house, but I can go outside and do it.
Yeah. That just intuitively, that feels so on track to me. Yeah. Okay. So sharing your life in your marketing. Yeah. What's the right now version of that?
I think if I'm out in nature more too, like just sharing that with people, sharing photos of like when I did just go back to Hearts and I posted a photo and it got like the most engagement that anything's gotten in the last, I was with a horse, and so, I think also just sharing my vulnerabilities. Like I used to do that all the time and I haven't done that anymore because I felt so like, right. So even sharing my vulnerabilities with where I am and what's happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how about this? The version of sharing your life in marketing right now is sharing your life in marketing. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And no more talking about food.
Okay. Okay.
You can pick it up again. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just do I have permission to make fun of your Instagram right now?
Sure.
Not make fun.
Sure.
Here's what I mean.
That part feels so forced. I'm like so over, like, all this food and weight stuff.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's just interesting because when I look at your feed, there's the horse. The rest of them are stock photos.
Right.
In quotes.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
11 likes. 10 likes. Your Instagram looks like my Instagram. 10 likes. Right.
But there's 86 on my horse photo.
But there's 86 on the horse. Right. So my point here is what you've been posting isn't working anyhow. So you're not, it's not like the flood of clients is going to be cut off.
Yeah.
So let's just see what happens when you actually stop talking about food.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Oh my gosh.
What do I talk about then? Just my life.
Your life.
Yeah.
Your life.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And being a smart marketer about it, right? I just spent 10 minutes outside being still and finally got clarity on how to create this thing I've been wanting to create forever. I thought COVID was preventing me from making a connection, but the idea is getting more clear.
I love it.
Ooh, that makes me want to find out what the hell you're doing.
Yep.
Right? Okay. And just when in doubt, horse.
Yes. Yes. I wish
in doubt, horse
right now.
Yeah, I'm liking this picture because it's so great. Yeah. And Katie, hate every one of her pictures. The goats? Are you kidding? I'm just
God, I know. I'm like, what's she doing today? Right?
right. And not only do I like the post, I rarely, if ever, comment on people's posts when it's not some sort of a strategy. I always comment on the goats.
Yeah. I love her stuff.
Right?
Yeah,
okay.
It just pulls you in.
So what is the right now? We're skipping ahead because I want to come back to the referral bit. What is the right now version of collaborative conversations?
Ooh. I've been in them a little bit. So I've been talking to a therapist she's a horse certified therapist at Hearts. I've been talking to her. Gosh, I saw a horse the other day that's at the rescue and I was like, what if we got this horse and we shared it? Like I've been starting to put it out there. So I think it's just, I'm not sure, like maybe, I don't know. I'm blanking right now.
Here's what's coming forward for me. Tell me how it resonates. You mentioned earlier share on social, like sharing my vulnerability, talking about what's happening right now. Yeah. There's no reason why you can't have collaborative conversations to say, I want to reach out because I'm moving into something new and I'd love to know what you're up to and what that looks like, but I need to share this because it's going to help me get more clear.
Okay.
And there's no reason why you can't have collaborative conversations right now. They don't have to have a call to action. Like, okay, so I'll share your lead magnet on the 18th and you share mine on the 20th. It doesn't have to be that way. Just beginning to speak life into this thing that's begging to be created by you.
Okay. So you're saying contacting other people and just kind of
just think about how many coaches you know.
Right.
800?
Yeah, a lot.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. One a week.
Okay, got it.
Things are changing for me and I just want to.
Right.
Things are changing and I want to connect with you and kind of talk through that, find out what's happening, see where there's any crossover.
Got it. Okay.
You can have those conversations.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, here's the big one. I asked the transformation, right? So we've been talking a lot about the horses, which is so clear. Yeah. And in order for you to help people connect to the heart and what matters most, horses do not have to be there.
That's true.
You do not need horses for that.
That's true.
Which means the right now version could be some sort of Zoom retreat or one-on-one coaching or all of this stuff that you want to do. There's no reason why you can't start doing it now.
Right. Right. Yeah. And I've been thinking a lot about that and how to reach people in that way, So that's kind of where I get caught up because I've been thinking a lot about that, but I'm like, how do I reach people that way? And I guess it's really through sharing my vulnerabilities and my stories and all of that.
And you have a list of 6,000 people, 8,000 people, something like that?
Yeah.
There you go. Do you think there are a handful of women who would love to stop thinking so much about food?
Yeah.
Right? And start thinking about getting to the heart of what matters most?
Yes, totally. That's every one of my clients. I mean, I love my clients. I do. It's not that I don't love them. I love working with them, but I just
you're over the
food is not,
and you're just over the food. Because even with your clients, what percentage of that work is actually focused on food?
Not like 2%.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's my suggestion for you, my friend.
Yes.
The magic words. I want you to go into the 6-Figure Coach Club as though you're just starting a brand new business.
Okay. Okay. I'm down with that.
Because you've got a following, right?
Yeah.
Of people who love, adore, and respect you. This is actually not that different at all from it's not different from the transformation you provide.
Right.
It's just a richer conversation.
Agreed. Okay.
So what's it going to take for you to let that other business go? I'm kind of like air quotes here, right? But
it's going to be, this is helping because it's helping me get clarity, right, about steps forward. And What's it going to take? I don't know. I mean, I guess just doing these things, like living right the vision, like the right now, what I need to do right now. And then
if you were in a romantic relationship with your business, and you'd been together for a long time, right? Yeah. And no one did anything wrong, but it's you're clear that you've grown out of the relationship.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, I've tended to stay in relationships way past the expiration date.
Not the best analogy. Well, what's coming forward for me
no, but it's a good one because I'm like, oh, I feel it right here, right? In my
Yeah. Right. What came up for me was just kind of writing the business a farewell letter.
Okay.
Right? And this business has done right by you.
Totally.
Right? It's been an incredible journey and such a vehicle for your own growth. Think about all of the women that you have been able to help. It's been extraordinary.
Yeah.
So really choosing to relate to your business in that way. Right? Yeah. And saying goodbye.
Okay. That makes me nervous just because of income, but I haven't been making any income anyway. So yeah.
You want to get some clients? Stop needing them.
Right. Right. Yeah. Okay.
So for the record, right? This is more of like an energetic exercise than it is. So if someone emails you today, say, hey, I'm finally ready. You don't say, oh, sorry, I wrote a letter to my business and we're done.
Yeah.
Right. But your business is begging for this.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
So when are you writing that letter?
I can do it. Let's say I'm going to do it tomorrow after my horseback riding lesson.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
So Kylie is here. Kylie, can you watch Melissa in the Facebook group tomorrow and make sure that she lets us know that that's been done? We're all very tired of you not doing what you're meant to do. We're all just over it.
I know. Trust me. I know. I'm over it too.
Yeah. So let's just let it be okay to be messy, right? And new. And 80% of what you want, instead of waiting until all of the stars align so it can be 100%. And overnight you have a dozen horses and 24 women at a week-long retreat. Right. Because what you said you wanted was connecting to the heart of what matters most, and horses don't have to be there for that to happen.
That's true. Okay.
Good. Was this helpful?
Very. Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I've been there. I shut a business down.
I know.
Yeah. That was very good to me. Right. Yeah. So, and it took me too long. So I don't want you to go through that same.
Yeah.
Oh, Dagmar is saying perfect timing with the new moon. So you got to do it now before some planet goes into retrograde.
Oh my God.
So
really?
Good. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You've totally got this. I'm so confident in what's unfolding. Yeah. You're welcome. Thanks again for tuning in to the Six Figure Coach podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to rate and review the show. That's the best way you can show your support. I'd also love to connect on Instagram, so go ahead and take a screenshot of this episode or maybe a photo of yourself listening along to the podcast. Post it to your Instagram stories. Be sure to mention me. I'm at Dallas Travers, and I'll send some Instagram love right back at you. We'll be back next week with another great episode. Until then, keep going on your six-figure journey.